What's the worst thing your family has ever done to you? My father slapped me so hard at my sister's birthday party that my earring flew across the room. But that wasn't even the worst part. I'm Jenna, 32, and I walked into what I thought would be cake and small talk. Instead, I got public humiliation in front of 30 guests. My father grabbed the microphone and announced that I was generously gifting my $2 million penthouse to my unemployed sister, Tara. The room erupted in applause. Tara gasped dramatically, but I caught the smirk she tried to hide. They'd planned this. It's only fair, Dad said. Tara's been struggling, and Jenna has done so well. Every eye turned to me. Don't be selfish, dear. Family first, Aunt Nancy said. Uncle George nodded. She doesn't need that big place alone. I set down my wine glass and looked Dad dead in the eye. No. The applause died instantly. Dad's smile vanished. What did you say? I'm not giving up my penthouse. I worked for every dollar. Tara's problems aren't my burden. The room went nuclear. Mom stepped forward, her voice shaking. Jenna, how can you say that? Your sister needs help. That's when Dad snapped. His hand swung fast and hard, striking my cheek with a sharp crack. My pearl earring flew off, skittering across the marble floor. Gasps erupted. Someone's phone was already recording, the red dot blinking. I touched my burning cheek but didn't flinch. I bent down, picked up my earring, and slipped it into my pocket. Then I looked at Tara, who was fake crying into her hands. Happy birthday, Tara, I said, my voice ice cold. I walked out. In the hallway, I pulled out my phone and dialed a number I rarely used. Grandma Margaret, it's Jenna. We need to talk. 30 minutes later, the apartment door burst open. My 80-year-old grandmother strode in, her silver cane tapping against the floor like a war drum. The party went silent. Daniel, she said, her voice cutting through the room like steel. Explain why you dared to lay a hand on my granddaughter. Dad's face drained of color. The microphone trembled in his grip. Margaret raised her cane, pointing at the floor. You have 5 minutes to find that earring. If not, I'll handle this myself. The room exploded into chaos. Tara dropped to her knees, scrambling across the floor in her designer dress. Mom clutched Dad's arm, panic in her eyes. But Margaret wasn't done. She turned to address the frozen crowd. Jenna is the only one in this family I trust, she declared. She built her life with her own hands. No excuses, no handouts. Her eyes swept over my father, then my mother, then Tara. Daniel, you run a company but can't run your family fairly. Susan, you coddled Tara into uselessness. And Tara, her voice dropped dangerously low. You've taken enough from your sister. Phones lifted, capturing every word. I've made my decision, Margaret announced, her gaze finding mine. I'm rewriting my will. Everything, my estate, my investments, my properties will go to Jenna. The room erupted. Mom let out a strangled scream. You can't! Tara collapsed, sobbing uncontrollably. Dad stood frozen, his jaw clenched tight. The 5 minutes passed. The earring was never found because it was safe in my pocket. Margaret never asked. She knew. That night, the live stream went viral. #penthouse betrayal trended for weeks. Comments poured in. The slap heard around the world. She deserved better. Ethan's family called off Tara's engagement within days. Dad's business collapsed as clients fled. Mom's social circle vanished overnight. 3 months later, I got promoted to CTO at my tech company. Margaret finalized the will transfer. Everything was mine. I stood in my penthouse watching Atlanta's skyline glitter below. My phone stayed silent. I'd blocked my family months ago. I'd spent years desperately seeking their approval. Now, I finally valued myself. Sometimes the best revenge is simply living well while they live with the consequences of their choices.